today I'm staying in this Airbnb. Is located right in this neighborhood here. It's actually this blue building here behind me you see, and these are construction getting built, but this here is the yellow building. The buildings are very colorful in this neighborhood, and I am going to be staying here for the night. So let's check out the room, and it's this way. It's located in this building here, so let's go upstairs. The lift, it's on the 4th floor. The lift has a mirror. So we have reached this 4th floor, and this is what the apartment's entrance looks like. As you can see, that's the view. That's the view. This floor looks very nice, very well designed. As you can see, the whole floor is Airbnb. I'm in the room 2. It goes up to room 6. These are all individual flats. Cheapest one is that corridor there. This is like a mid-range. There is one higher above this. This is what the door looks like. So let me give you a quick tour of my room. As you enter, mirror in the background, cupboard here. As soon as you enter, you have sitting area here and the bedroom on this side. Small kitchen here, stylish bathroom and shower. I like the tiles on the floor. Also same tiles in the bathroom. This door turns into mirror in this shape. Cool, eh? Sitting area here. A desk area here to work from. Sitting area there. That's a cool sitting place. Aircon, heaters are here in case you do come in winters in Kiev. Horse painting there. TV, which I don't watch. And the skylight above there. So that was it. That's the basic room tour. Today I'm going to the Chernobyl tour, and it takes off about 8 in the morning if you do one day tour. So I booked it and I'm at my apartment, but now, so let's... So I've just arrived at the checkpoint. Behind me is what the checkpoint looks like. You have to file the paperwork here, and they do look at your passport. One of the things you got to remember is when you come here, you have to come fully clothed. That's one of the rules. Hello, today I'm here in Chernobyl exclusion zone. We've gone past the checkpoint, and now we're here in one of the abandoned village. As you can see behind me is the building, and today I'll be measuring my radiation level that we go through with this Giga counter. Right now it's showing 17. Let's see how it goes when we move further into the 10 kilometers exclusion zone. Right now we're in 30, and this is one of the biggest village that used to be here. And the population of this village is 3,000, and the name of the village will appear here. So let's go and check out. This village is completely abandoned, and as you can see, one of the buildings behind me, everything has been taken over by the nature, and things are starting to grow. This is what would happen if the world went without the people. The nature will eventually take over, and the buildings will start falling, collapsing, and nature will win, and the humans would be forgotten. This was one of the biggest village here, and as you can see, this is what happens when you leave a place alone for about 30 years. The building behind me here, almost taken over by the forest, so is those buildings behind over there. So the radiation level on this village, it's showing 0.16 here. So let's move away from here and go back to the bus. We're going to visit another location now. So right now I'm right next to the main reactor. Right in the behind me, the silver dome you see is the reactor where the accident happened. This is the Geiger counter, is going up. Right now it's showing almost beeping because the radiation level is slightly higher in this region as we get closer to the reactor there. That dome there has been put in recently. Before that there was an older dome, but radiation level here is lower than it used to be. So that's the reactor number 4 there, and number 3 is right next to it. This road here is pretty much safe to be on because all the vehicles come here, and also they do decontaminate this road. That there is reactor number 5 and 6, which were going to be built, but they abandoned that because of this accident happened at the reactor number 4. As you can see far away behind me there is the reactor number 1, 2, 3, and then 4th one right at the end. Right now I'm standing next to the reactor number 4. As you can see behind me, the dome, which has been built in 2016, and that is one of the largest structure that can move in the world. Here behind me is the monument to those people who tried to put the fire out during the disaster happened. That dome there is the reactor number 4. Behind that is the reactor number 3. So we are right next to where the disaster happened, and you can see the Geiger counter, which is really sort of low. If you came here during the time it happened, you would have probably not survived this. And inside that building behind us, if you go in there, you probably die within 3 minutes or so because the radiation is quite high inside. It has been covered with a couple of layers on top, and that's the newest layer that's put on here. So right now I'm here at this sign where it says Pripyat City 1970. This is when the city Pripyat was built. Here on this other side is the red forest that's been buried, and that time a lot of trees caught radiation and they had to be cut down and they died, and they had to bury it because it contained high level of radiation. That's just over there. Behind me is the buried red forest, and as you go closer here you got some couple of warning signs here, and actually walking 10 feet away from the car, and this is one of the radiation's high point. As you can see, it's going 6.20, 7.301. So here in this part here behind me is the buried red forest, and the radiation level is high. They do have these sort of high level of radiation spots throughout the whole exclusion zone. We're about 1 or 2 kilometers away from the blast zone. Being on the road is 0.63, just few feet away over there 6 or 7.31. As you can see, it's better to stay on these roads. If you do come to visit this place, do not wander off in the forest because there are spots like this all over the place. Some of them are marked with these signs. Some of them, they were too busy at that time and they did not record where the locations were. So there are unmarked locations in this forest as well. So yeah, let's go. And now we're going to Pripyat. We're in the Pripyat city. We're standing on one of the ports. This used to be a port for all the boats that you could come in from here, and this was the entrance where you can enter. And now this is, have a look, everything is overgrown. The water here is clean, but the radiation has sunk into the mud and it is unsafe to swim in there right now. And behind here is the restaurant called Pripyat. In terms of wildlife here, you see a lot of street dogs. I think they own this city now. And also there is one swan behind me. It's only one. You don't see many birds here yet, but I think the nature will slowly return here. The Geiger counter on this river here, right next to it, is reading at 1.17, which is, it's okay, I think. One of the hotspots here is located right near the stairs from the port, and as you can see, just here is showing 1.52, and as we could take it right near here, it gets to 36, 39, 40. As you can see, when he gets there, it goes to 40. What you see behind me here is the old vending machines. These are the old vending machines that still remain here. As you can see, they're broken, but they're still here. This is where you put a coin in and you get some sort of refreshment, cold beverage from here. Behind me is what you see is a restaurant, and right now it's pretty much ruined. All the glass is broken. Nature has taken over that. These here are the roads you see in the city. This used to be functional road. You can see the trees growing on this, and this behind me here is the walking path for public to walk. You can see that's even overgrowing as well. There are trees are growing in the middle of the road, and as you can see, those buildings behind us stands completely empty. Behind me is the movie theater. And now, this is what it looks like. This here behind me is a musical school, and this is what it looks like now. Everything around here is overgrown. Behind me is the building of the city hall, and that's the hotel here, and this is the sort of main square. You can see one of the photos from back in the day. This is what it looks like. And the meter reading is 0.62. The radiation level here is very low. It's not bad. There are radiation hotspots even in this Pripyat city, but on this main path, it's safe. That's the hotel. This is what it looks like now. The dogs occupy it now. I am standing right in the city center. This is the center of the city. As you can see behind me, everything is overgrown. Before, this used to be really nice location. That's the hotel there. Behind me here, you see this building. This is the supermarket, or used to be. You can see the empty trolleys there and the aisles that used to represent different types of food, produce, etc. You can still see the signs there. Apart from that, only thing here left is a few broken fridges or freezers and just shelving. This is the concert hall inside the Pripyat, and this is where they were doing communist parade and stuff. So they were getting ready for this. As you can see, the banners and everything has been left here and here. behind me here, as you can see, that's the Ferris wheel there, and these are electric cars. People in Pripyat were supposed to come here and enjoy this on 1st of May, but it never happened because the accident happened on 26th of April and all the people had to evacuate on 27th of April. Bit of a sad story, as this was the place to be. Pripyat was one of the highest paid place, even better than Moscow at the time, because people worked here in the power plant and they had good jobs, good school, good place to live. This behind me here is the football stadium. Yes, it looks like a forest now, but as you can see from the sitting arrangement on this side, that once this was packed stadium, now just a forest. So we are in the canteen right now, and this is the meal you get inside this facility if you come here. So now it's officially at lunchtime, and this is the meal. Canteen was amazing, and let's check out the radiation level. 0.20. So the radiation in this place is very low, and the food was delicious. Right now we are entering the radar station, which is located just behind these woods here, and the radiation level on here is only 0.22, and you can see these behind me is the abandoned buildings. These were the living quarters and also storage facilities for all the soldiers who lived here and protected this place during the Cold War. This place was like a very secretive, and it was one of the kept secrets from USA because they were in Soviet Union and USA had a Cold War. This was one of the radar stations that they built, and it's quite well hidden away inside this forest. It's only when you get close to it you realize there is something here, but the structure is very big. Let's go and see this. And to walk through this you have to go through this security gate there and this beautiful walkway that you see behind me. Everything around here is overgrown and it feels like you're in the middle of the jungle, but they do have a pathway that they made for the military vehicles to go through, and this is what we're using to get there. So let's go and check this out. So there it is. This is the side view of the structure, and you can see it's very tall. So here I'm standing right underneath this radar station. This structure is 150 meters high and 750 meters wide. The end part is about 90 meters high because that's slightly separate there. But this here, as you can see, it looks like a giant building columns which hasn't finished. This was a top secret, but these days you can come in here with your camera and film. If you came here during the Soviet Union time, you would have been shot or arrested. But now we have tourists coming here and visit this structure. So the radiation underneath the radar is 0.17, 18. The reason being it's very low is once they opened this radar to tourists, they did bring in a lot of sand here, put it on this, so all the radiation is underneath in the bottom soil. However, if we do walk out in this forest and check the radiation level will go up. So after visiting the radar station, we are crossing into this forest, which most trees are sort of like burnt and the skin is peeling off on these. We spotted some wild horses. There are horses and also some deers in this zone. You can see there's a family of horses behind me, just there. And there's a small calf as well, baby horse. These here behind me, these robots that you see, they were brought in here to clear up this site after the disaster, to clear up the radiation, high particles that was on some of the debris. So you can see some of the bigger vehicles and the cranes. They were brought in from different countries here to clear up this waste. We're out of the 10-mile radius zone. We're into this buffer zone, which is 13 kilometers. Radiation here, it's 0.19, which is very low. this here behind me is the courthouse. It's in the city of Chernobyl, and this city had 13,000 people living here before they had to abandon. 80% were Jewish population here. There is a Jewish temple here, Chernobyl. And this is the courthouse where I'm standing outside. You probably see this similar replica of this courthouse in the series HBO about Chernobyl, where 6 men went for trial of the explosion that happened in the power plant, and that's the courthouse there. And the radiation level in front of the courthouse is 0.15. which is pretty normal. So let me get the radiation facts right here. When you're flying in the aeroplane, when you're taking a journey, because you get radiation from the solar flares in the sun, the radiation in the plane is about 3.20 or around there. When you go and take an X-ray, there's a radiation there as well. So the amount of radiation you get here is not that bad. It's safe enough to come here and do a tour. So I had this Geiger counter on me all day, and this is the result I've got, as you would get when you sit in a plane for 1 hour. So the radiation I've absorbed in my body today is not much.